Okay guys, this is Magnus from Cologne, and he did a couple of Vipassana Meditation Retreats, and we want to interview him for his journey, his epiphanies, what he's learned on his journey, and round off with like a little challenge in the end. So tell us a little bit about your background and how did you get into meditation, Vipassana? What's your story?
Hi guys. I'm Magnus. I'm 28, and my first contact with meditation was about, I would say, like 7 years ago. Through my brother, he introduced me to meditation because he was always like more spiritual, and he showed me like a breathing exercise, which I. Like back in days when he gave some information to me about anything, I was like totally excited and I wanted to try it. So I did like the same day, I did like the breathing exercise, breathing meditation.
Right.
And I was instantly like feeling how it made me lighter or made me happier. Mm-hmm. And at that point I started my meditation journey basically. And
so you started just for being happier, or what was the goal? So for me, for example, I started because of game. I was starting this game, and then I was faced with all my shit what was wrong, and I started with the power of now, and that was the moment for me. I started with meditation. So you started actually just to be more happy in general, or what was your purpose?
I don't think I really had a purpose when I started. It was more like, here, Magnus, check this out, it's pretty cool. And I just tried it, and I read some stuff like online or in books about meditation before, and that it brings you back to feeling more like this child's happiness.
Okay.
And that's what I instantly had after my first meditation, which was really deep, and I felt this childlike energy again, this happiness. Maybe because I read about it before, but it was like amazing for me, and yeah.
Could you describe this kind of meditation you did there?
Yes, it was like a basic breathing exercise. So I just sat down, like this basically, and I was focusing on my breath. And usually, what they say in meditation is don't try to change your breath or your breathing. So just observe, but what I was doing is I slowed it down so much that I came like into a really, really relaxed state. Like I was going slower and slower, and I was almost like falling, not sleeping, but like being so relaxed that all my muscles were relaxed, and I was basically gone.
So you lost awareness of your body, or how was it?
Yeah. It was very close to that. Yeah.
Yeah. And when did you do your first retreat, and how was this?
I did my first retreat 2 years ago in Triebe in Germany. And I really can say that this was the most life-changing experience for me so far.
Okay. In what way? Like, how did it change you, or what was the effect?
It's hard to describe, but like the basic thing when I went into this before, I had a lot of times I had like this emotional, I don't know how to describe, but this emotional tension and blockage in me, and I couldn't say why or where it comes from or why it's here, but I know it didn't feel good. And also when I was with people, I had some limitations which I wasn't aware before, but which were completely gone afterwards. And that's when I realized that there was so much stuff in me that had to go out somewhere, and that was holding me back. And after my retreat I had a lot of limitations I had before, a lot of tension was completely gone.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were, when you were interacting with people, a little bit cut off from your emotions and cut off from people, and then afterwards you felt more like you could resonate more with people, and you felt more connected to them?
100%. Yeah. It was because with Vipassana you start to feel your emotions more you're more sensitive to your emotions, and you understand your own emotions better.
Okay.
And also, I learned to be with the other people I was interacting with, and not so much with me. Like this egocentric thinking and feeling was less and less, and I was more feeling the energy of other people, because you get very...
So you could actually empathize more with other people, feeling, that's amazing.
Much more. And I realized also that I wasn't really empathetic at all before. That's what I learned.
Focusing on yourself and
too much on my feelings and how that I am happy, and not so much with the other persons.
It's interesting that you say that, because a lot of people, they say, I don't want to feel this way, but actually you feel it even more. But it's just you get used to it, and you have like a way to handle it. But it's not like the emotion doesn't show up anymore, because I don't know, when I started, I was like, I don't want to feel afraid being in public. This is like something I don't want to feel. And then you run away. It's like I don't know, you push yourself, you do presentations, whatever. But always like, I don't want to feel that. But actually, you get much more aware now. You have this feeling. So the feeling is still there, I guess. But it's more like you're aware of it, and you can handle it, like integrate into yourself.
Yeah, that's what you learn there. That's what we already talked about before, is that you learn to observe your emotions. You don't focus on your thoughts, because they have much less energy in comparison to your emotions, and the emotions have so much more energy and can have so much more power over you, that this is like the most important thing for me, to learn how to just observe emotions. And I think it's very hard for people, because emotions are so strong sometimes that you get identified with them. But with Vipassana, you learn to just observe your emotions and
let them go.
And every time you do that, like every one of us has like certain emotions that arise at the same situations. Like for example, if you do public speaking,
of course.
It's always like this. It comes up, and if you are like, no, I don't want to feel like that, it never goes away.
And it's even now in this moment, it's like if you feel something, it's like tighten in the chest, and then like observing, it's
observing,
there, but it's not gone. It's still there. Like it's like even after the retreat, you still feel all these emotions. It's just that you have like a certain like internal tool, a way now to handle those emotions that you can deal with.
Yeah. Also, I started like public speaking a few months ago, and I had this massive like fear in front of people. What
did you do, like Toastmasters, or what are you?
It's I'm doing with a friend our own speaking events here in Cologne about self-development. And like the first time I had to speak, my heart was like pumping so crazy, and I was sweating, and I was I'm going to be next. And
I can relate to that.
But I knew that the only right thing in the moment is to just observe. So my body, it's very funny. Your body goes crazy, but in your mind you're pretty relaxed. But the body starts shivering and stuff, but you're really like focused still.
And really? Your mind is relaxed and
it's really crazy. Like your body has these reactions. Like I guess they're like ego reactions. So it might start like shaking or stuff like that. But in your eyes are very like relaxed and focused. It's just your body, and you learn how to. Usually you would say, oh, what's going on? But okay, that's just the body. And you can like, how to say it? You're not identifying with your body anymore.
Okay, but this changes also now that I think you did several speeches now already, so this is changing with repetition, or is still the same taking like at the beginning, like the first time?
This was actually like the most relieving. Like what I found out is every time I just observe, it gets less and less. And the last time I did it, it was like not. It was so much easier for me to speak.
But actually, this is pretty amazing. I mean, it's still after the retreat, you had like these shakings in your body, but your mind was calm. And then now by exposing yourself, this gets also better. So actually, it's like a combination out of exposure now what you're doing, and the meditation retreat, which helps you to be the next Tony Robbins in the future.
That's why I realized that's how you grow.
Yeah.
You expose yourself to like strong emotions, maybe negative, if you want to say that. But every time you do that and you don't identify with those, you just observe. They get less and less until it's normal for you, and then the comfort zone is like bigger.
Yes, but still you challenge yourself in the real life. It's not like something that you do only like, I know I'm gonna solve everything, sitting there meditating for 1 year. When I come out, I'm the next Tony Robbins. But still you have to challenge yourself in the real life, see your next boundaries, and then again working on this. It's the same. I experience that. It's really nice.
Yeah, but it's like it became like a fun game for me.
Yeah.
Because okay, this is a situation where I can grow, and just knowing that these emotions don't have so much power over me, you are much more willing to go in these crazy situations. Yeah. Also relating to game, it's the same. If you want to approach like a woman in a club or in the streets, you have these emotions maybe coming up, but you don't take them very seriously, so you are much more. It's way more easy for you to approach because it's just an emotion.
It's not that you just don't feel the anxiety, but you're more capable of just observing your feelings and just doing it anyway.
Yeah. Because what you learn at Vipassana too is they say it doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad emotions, all emotions are the same. Also for the good emotions, because if you like crave these good emotions, it's the same.
It's not stable. Huh?
Yeah, it's not stable.
Yeah, because you crave it, and then there's an end of that emotion, and then you want it back, and it's like
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you learn to be very equanimous.
Do you feel like people that do a lot of logical work, they are more prone to actually feel detached from the environment and actually would benefit more from Vipassana, or do you think it's the same for everybody? You feel like there's a connection between logic, like people that live a lot in their heads, and feeling disconnected from the world?
I think especially for people who are more analytical, it could offer very great ground for improvement. Yeah. Because I was in my head too, like overly in my head in some situations, especially in social situations, and I learned to feel. Because I think the problem is more analytical people. They think, but they don't feel so much, and your feelings are really, really important to get hold of your
because
emotions.
actually the analytical stuff, it brings you away from the emotions.
Right.
It brings more distance.
Can be an escape into the
it can be an escape actually not to feel that emotion, because you get in your head and you're thinking, and then actually you don't feel it anymore. Yeah. True.
And I think that's like a big part of being empathetic, is to feel the other person.
Yeah. That is amazing that you say that. That's something I also experienced, that you feel much more the emotions of other people.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's also something that I struggle with myself. Well, I guess I'm still struggling with it. It's like, I studied math, I played a lot of chess, and all these activities, if you don't do any emotional activity or creative activity on the side where you express your feelings, then you're just this super head-focused human that is living almost all the time out of tune with his emotions, because in logical work where you have to produce something and it's a lot of pressure in your job, emotions can be an obstacle in this, and then you're conditioned to just shove them away, and you can see it's people who are actually nice, but sometimes they can just be very just focused on themselves and they don't even realize it. And not actually feeling the other person or being empathetic. So you said you had done 2 Vipassana retreats. What was the difference? Do you feel like there was a benefit of doing 2 instead of 1? And was it different the second time?
So the first time I was really looking forward to it because I didn't know anything about it. I knew the basic information about it, but I don't know how it feels or how it's going to be. So the first time was actually more like, I say it was more like a holiday for me.
Yeah.
Because you get away from all the media, from all the chaos, and you eat healthy and you meditate. Like for me, it sounded really good. So it was a really tough time for me because there were a lot of emotions coming up, but in total it was not as intense like my second time. Because after my first retreat, I continued to meditate, like most of the time, like two times 1 hour daily. So I had this foundation when I went into the second one, where I could go from the beginning. I could go really deep in the meditation. And at my second retreat, I had like the craziest symptoms in my body. I was like feeling cold, I was feeling hot, I was shaking, I felt like I'm getting sick. I had like this crazy headache one time where I had to stop meditating because it was so intense. And it was like the whole time I was doubting that it really works.
Yeah.
Although I knew that it worked because I had done it before.
I get that after 5 minutes. Meditating. Yeah. This is bullshit. It's not working.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That's when your ego kicks in because I think it's afraid that it loses its power. So it starts talking to you. It's not working. Why are you here? And it was so extreme that I never thought about quitting, but I was like counting every day. I was counting the days when I came home because it was so like physically challenging for me.
I remember you said one time that during the retreats you had like almost like a physical reaction and you couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, the one time at my second retreat in the evening it started like probably at around 1 that I was getting a headache, and then I thought just meditate, it goes away, and it got stronger and stronger. And at the last meditation or the second last meditation, it got so strong that I couldn't take it anymore, and I went to the teacher and I said, look, I know we should meditate, but I just can't stay here. I have to go to bed because it's so. And I never have headaches. When I'm feeling ill or something, I never take it so serious. But this time it was so strong that I had to stop meditating. I went to my room and I even had to puke because the headache was getting so strong, which I have never had before in my entire life. So this was like a really, really strong reaction for whatever was released in my body. And next day I felt good again, it was gone. So yeah, there's several ways the body can get rid of emotions or
So how do you meditate? Like is there something specific that you do when you meditate every day? Or is it something that people that watch the video they can just like pick up on and do, or do they have to do the retreat first and then they know exactly what it feels like to meditate correctly?
So the Vipassana technique, which I use every day, it's complicated, I would say. It's not very, it's not as easy as other meditations to learn. So I would say you need the retreat to really learn it. I guess you could go online and read like what people say how to meditate Vipassana, but I don't think it's very effective.
Yeah, you recommend to go there.
I really would recommend that you learn it there because it's not as easy to do, and you get your they say to you how to start and the steps, and each day you learn a step more that at the end gives the full Vipassana technique.
Okay. So you get like an emotional reference point, so you can like feel again the next time you do it on your own.
Yeah, you learn the technique over the 10 days. and afterwards you can use it for the rest of your life. Basically.
And there's different stages, so next time you're gonna make a retreat, it's a different program, or you're just gonna repeat, it's like always the same 10-day repeat, or it's like different level, like intermediate level, advanced level.
There's a difference if you are a beginner, or if you have done it before.
Okay.
Because you get these, how to say it, inflows during your meditation, or the guidance. One for the beginners, and then like a slight difference for people who've done it before, so that they can start earlier to do the real Vipassana technique.
Could you describe some routine? I don't know what our viewers can make like for every day, like trying out. Maybe it's something that you do every day in those 2 hours, or how you would proceed. I mean, I only know like meditating on my breath. That's the only one I know. But I don't know how you work. Like if you have like a different program where you say, first 10 minutes I set the counter and I do a body scan, then I do a mind, mind awareness, whatever. So what's your program? What you're gonna do?
So I always meditate with Vipassana.
Yeah.
That means that it's a body scan method, basically, where I do it like this. I think it differs from person to person how they feel the best for them, but basically it's always that you scan your body for sensations.
Okay.
Starting at the head and going down each body part, and then to the feet and back up again. And that's basically what you do.
You do it crossed legs, closed eyes?
I have a meditation pillow,
and
which I would recommend for everyone who wants to meditate, because you don't fall asleep or something like that, because you have to sit up straight. Then I have like a cushion on the floor where I put like cross-legged, and then just like that. And then
my legs always fall asleep, but you just go through it, or you don't get that anymore after a time?
Just learn how to accept it,
it's actually like that, You have the pain sometimes, or like 50-50, that the pain is coming, but you don't. That's very fascinating, because you can tolerate pain so easily.
You can, that's true,
Because you learn how to just observe.
Yeah, but then this voice is saying, okay man, you're losing your legs now and you're meditating. You're just sitting around while you're losing your legs.
That's actually the problem with people starting out at the Vipassana courses. That's why it's hard for many people, because they have so much pain in their body that they want to stop, because imagine
like you with your sickness also, and with the headache.
That, but also everyone, I don't know anyone who doesn't have like pain in his back or in his knees, and everyone is like feeling pain somewhere because of not because of the meditation itself, but because of the way you sit. Because most people are not used to sitting cross-legged. Most people are not used to sitting like without something like that. And it's so
it's just good to know, actually, or be aware of the fact that other people, or most of the people, actually feel this pain. Because I can imagine if you don't know that it actually becomes even harder. Because you feel the pain and you see like everybody is like, wow, they're so chill.
That's a good point, because a friend of me, he did Vipassana too, and he was having the same pain as everyone, but he was looking around at other people, seeing them like this. And he was thinking, damn, everyone's so chilled and relaxed, and I'm the only one who's in pain, and that holds them back from having really deep meditations, because at the last day you're allowed to speak again, and then he was speaking to others, and they were all like, my back hurts, my knees hurt, and he was like, damn, the other people will feel the same pain. And after that he had his first deep meditation.
How do you proceed in a meditation when you feel that pain? Are you going to focus on that pain, or are you still doing your body scan program and you just observe it like all the rest of your body, so you don't give it like special attention?
I don't give it special attention. Really? I just continue with my Except sometimes if you are like more advanced, let's say, you can recognize or you can differentiate real pain from pain which comes from stored emotions or blockages. So let's say if I meditate like this, I know I'm going to have pain somewhere here maybe or in the back. That's like the normal physical pain. But sometimes you have like a pain here, which makes no sense at all, or here or somewhere in the body. And that's when I sometimes just stay on that pain until it's gone. Sometimes you're here, you have pain here, and I feel it, and I stay, and then it dissolves. And then I know, okay, that was something different. But usually when I know it's physical pain, I don't give it too much attention.
Okay, nice. Did you have regressions, like going back to the childhood while doing this meditation stuff, or what images came up while you were doing this retreat?
At my first retreat, I had like 3 times where I really had something coming up, and I knew why. For example,
so you made like really emotional release then?
Yeah, I had 3 times where I really cried.
Okay.
Like one time during the meditation in the meditation hall with the others, and one time actually under the shower. because
But after the meditation.
Yeah, in between, like I had a hot shower, and that's when your body also relaxes very deeply, and that's where you can get rid of the stuff that. Because when you do like a deep meditation like that all the time, stuff gets loose. You can like imagine that stuff is very ingrained in your body, but with meditation it gets looser and looser until it hits like it comes out. And during the shower,
because you don't repress it anymore.
Yeah,
Suddenly, you allow it just to.
You allow it to come out. And during the shower, I was so relaxed, and all the stuff was coming free, and I was crying, and it was really crazy.
How was your dreaming? Did you have like vivid dreams while being at the retreat? Because I noticed sometimes when I meditate before sleeping, I get such vivid dreams. Normally I don't remember my dreams, but when I meditate before sleeping, it's like cinema sometimes. Did you have some crazy experiences with meditating and dreaming?
I can't remember the first retreat about dreaming, but I know the second time, each night I had the craziest dreams. Like nonsense dreaming, but really like vivid, like you say, very intense dreams. I don't know why, like I talked to the other people, everyone had like the craziest dreams when they were at the retreat. But I don't know, maybe it's also the vibe, like the whole energy in the area, because imagine like 100 people doing...
There's some collective factor there.
Yeah, it's a presence.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to say sign up for this, I heard it's pretty quickly they are fully booked, right?
Yeah.
So the best would be to go and check the time when they open up, and then put a reminder in your phone, or that's something that you told me.
Yeah.
And then just go online and have everything sorted out and book it, right?
Yeah, it's very important. Like where I was in Triebel, they have 100 slots, but 50% like men, 50% women, and also 50% then beginners, 50% people who've done it before. So for a beginner, only 25 free slots basically. So you check at the homepage. They always say, okay, at this time, on this day, we're gonna open the process that you can apply. So if it opens, you have to be directly like applying for it, because all slots are gone within 5 minutes probably.
Okay.
So when it opens, be as quickly as possible. Also it's for free, so
it's on donation basis, no?
It's on donation base, so there's probably a reason why it's so popular too. Of course, it's very popular because it just works and it's very strong, but it's also not. It doesn't cost anything. Yeah.
And the website is called Dharma.
Dhamma.
Yeah.
So DHAMMA.org.
Okay.
For Germany, I think the other countries or retreat places have different homepages.
Yeah, I should probably like put a link below in the description and so people can check it out.
Yeah.
You also told me you want to offer some guided meditations in the future, or maybe you have it already, like this page. Maybe you can share some words about your project.
So what I want to do personally is to work as a meditation trainer. So to help people to learn meditation, to use it for their personal life, for their personal happiness. Also, I'm working with 3 friends on a startup where we offer live guided meditation. So everyone who's not sure how it works and doesn't want to get too much into the theory, they can just go on our page when it's finished and have a guided.
What's the name of this project or page? Do you know already?
The name is not set yet.
Okay.
We are discussing it to have a good name, but yeah, you will get like a live meditation where either one of us will make it online, and so you don't have to know anything about it because we tell you the steps, and then you can ask questions afterwards in the chat room or during, where one of us replies and helps you to have like the best meditation experience.
Okay, really nice. We will put the link under the video.
When it's
All right. Cool. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Magnus. This
Thank
was
you.
an amazing video.
Anything you want to add, maybe?
Anything I want to add? Definitely start meditating. I mean, I tell this like on my speeches too, when I make my speeches. Every time I advise people to start meditating because it can be life-changing and it's so easy to do. You don't need, it costs nothing.
So true.
At least, yeah, maybe some time.
Not even time, actually. You can meditate just by doing your normal stuff with the power of mouth. Like
Yeah. You can, meditation, if it's like at the highest level, meditation is like everything you do. And also start not by wanting to do so long time periods when meditating, maybe start with 5 minutes and then go higher and higher if it's easier for you at some point. Because some people start with 20 minutes and then they don't have the time or it's too stressful for them. Start slow and then increase. Or do a Vipassana retreat and then you might be able to meditate longer.
I'm definitely going to sign up for one.
Yeah.
Now I'm convinced.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Then, thank you.
Thank you very much. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you.